Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about Lucifer, Season 5, Part 1. First we're going to talk about things that I loved about this season. The very first thing that I loved were the episode title names. I just thought that they were so clever, so cute, so memorable, so that was really cool. I really loved the montage where Maze is just wrecking Lucifer's piano, and then in the background we have this kind of spooky, eerie cover of the song Happy Together, originally by the Turtles. I just thought that that was really cool. I loved the real reunion between Lucifer and Chloe. That was so tender, so sweet. When Amenadiel was giving Chloe a pep talk, they were having a heart-to-heart, and he told her that she's the only one who really sees Lucifer for who he is, rather than just seeing him reflect people's desires back at them. I just thought that was so deep, and I mean, if that's not soulmates, honestly, what is? I was worried about the film noir episode because I don't usually like film noir episodes. However, this one was so well done, and the storyline of the film noir episode directly related to the plot. So all in all, I actually really enjoyed that episode. Chloe and Lucifer have come so far. I was just thinking about when I was watching how Lucifer is so much more emotionally available and ready for Chloe, and Chloe has come so far in accepting Lucifer for who he is and accepting the truth, and I'm just so proud of them for their journeys. Lucifer and Chloe's kiss in episode 5 was so cute. I loved it. And also in episode 6 when Lucifer and Chloe were all kind of giddy and like holding hands when they were walking onto the crime scene. I really liked the episodes where we had all of the cast together. It was kind of like an ensemble. Especially like when all the boys were together babysitting Charlie. That was just so cute. Also, when Lucifer and Chloe woke up in the morning and Lucifer was just kind of watching Chloe sleep, it was so sweet. And then they have like such a good banter. Also, it was so funny when Chloe like mojos Lucifer and he's like caught off guard. That was so cute. Really love that Lucifer proves that he has picked up all these detective skills after being partners with Chloe for all these years. Like, that was just so cool. Now we're going to talk about things that I hated. Okay? And there were plenty. The first thing that I passionately hated was Michael. When he was impersonating Lucifer and no one was getting it at first, I was just like, are you serious? But then finally Chloe and Amenadiel and Maze, they all realized this is Michael. But man, that was frustrating. The other thing I found a little bit hard to deal with was when Chloe wanted to be kind of emotionally distant from Lucifer because she found out she was God's gift. Like, I totally understand where she's coming from, and it upset Lucifer as well when he found out. So it totally makes sense, but it was just so painful to see them having this struggle right after they'd been physically distant for so long, and now they're together and yet they can't really be together. Like, that was just really hard. Something I found really annoying was when Lucifer was taking relationship advice from Chloe's ex. Why would you take advice from someone who your like partner broke up with? You wouldn't. That doesn't make any sense. That was so annoying. Something that made me really sad was just Chloe in the beginning when she was just really missing Lucifer. Like, that was really heartbreaking. There were a couple things that were kind of awkward this season. Number one was when Maze was kind of sublimating her feelings and she like convinced herself she had a crush on Chloe. That was like kind of awkward to me. I was like, dude, no, you don't like Chloe, you miss Eve. Like, that was just awkward. Second thing that was a little awkward was when Dan found out about Lucifer. He saw his real face. On one hand, I'm so glad because now Dan can kind of be in on what's going on and he can, you know, really be part of the team. But on the other hand, he's just like spiraling out of control. He's really struggling with this. And like, where is Linda? Why isn't Linda trying to help him? That's what he needs, Linda. Now we're going to talk about a couple things that made me go, heck yeah. First thing I love this season, Maze. In the beginning when she was fighting crime with Chloe, that was awesome. We're really getting to learn more about her backstory. She has this great character arc this season. I will say though, I did not like when she teams up with Michael. I mean, I understand why she did it, but I don't like it. But other than that, I thought Maze was really great this season. The second thing I thought was great this season was Dan. Out of nowhere, Dan is just this beacon of wisdom. And he's really there for Amenadiel with the parenting advice, but he's also really there for Lucifer with both relationship advice and also just how to be a better detective. And even how to be a better person. So go Dan, we love you this season. Okay, there were a couple things that made me laugh so hard, so we're going to recap those right now. The first thing I thought was kind of funny in like a morbid way was when Lucifer used that guy who had just died and he like put a demon in him, I think, and gave like had him help Chloe solve the crime. Like, I just thought that was funny. I also thought Ella was hilarious this season. She had so many good one-liners. I loved when Dan made Lucifer a matching bracelet and they became like bracelet buddies. That was so cute and so funny. The episode about the show Lieutenant Diablo, that was such a funny little satire that paralleled the real show, and I just thought that was so funny. It hit on so many different levels, and it was just comedic genius as far as I'm concerned. I also thought it was really funny how Charlie just cries all the time, but he stopped crying when he saw Lucifer's face, which is hilarious because Trixie said that all it takes to make Charlie laugh is a silly face, and obviously Lucifer's face is not silly, it's scary, but I just thought that was so funny. I loved it. Like, what a good uncle. I also loved when Ella and her boyfriend are like speaking Klingon. That was just really funny. And the last thing I thought was really funny was the tension between the DJ, Jed, and Lucifer. Like, what a funny dynamic. I just thought that was so... I loved that part. Okay, now we're going to talk about things that shook me to my core. In the first episode, when Amenadiel is acting like he wants to be part of the drug deal and like get in on the action, I was just like, what is happening? I had no idea what his endgame was. But then when we found out, you know, he was trying to take down like crime, it all made sense. But honestly, I think Amenadiel should look into being a detective because they could use him on the force, and I think that would be a good job for him. It'd be a good match for his personality, and as Charlie grows up, I think it would be something good for him to do while he's on Earth. Ugh, when we find out that it's Michael and not Lucifer who saved Chloe in the first episode, I was just like, are you kidding me? Like, who is this guy? What's his deal? Why is he here? You know, all the questions. I also thought it was really surprising when they said that Lucifer is choosing to be vulnerable when he's around Chloe. That was such an insight. I hadn't thought of that before, and I'm interested to see in the next part of the season how he comes to terms with that vulnerability. I was so nervous the whole time that that nice guy dating Ella was going to turn out to be a bad guy, but then he had that talk with Lucifer, and I thought, no, he must be a good guy, right? He must be a good guy. But then he wants to move so fast, and then he's always at the crime scenes, and I'm like, what the heck? But then when Ella goes in his house and like finds out he is the bad guy, like it literally screamed when he came home and she was in his house. Thank God Ella shot him. Like, that was crazy. Oh my God, when Dan shot Lucifer, I didn't see that coming. Obviously I thought Lucifer was gonna die. It was the most dramatic scene. Something a little cool about the season is there were 2 cameos of people from other shows, and I just thought that was amazing. The first one was the grandma from Jane the Virgin, played a nun, and I was like, she's from Jane the Virgin, which was cool because I've, you know, obviously missed Jane the Virgin since the series finale a couple years ago, so it was cool to see her face again. And then the other familiar face we saw, the DJ Jed, he is in Netflix's show Sweet Magnolias. He plays Coach, and it was just so cool to see him again. So I really love that part of the season. My thoughts on the ending. Holy cliffhanger. Okay, when God is there after 5 seasons of just hearing about him, and I was just like, oh my gosh, like, what's he gonna do? How is he gonna lay down the law? What is gonna happen here? I'm very excited for the next part of season 5 to drop so we can find out. I also cannot believe that God is played by the Allstate insurance guy. Okay, that's wild. It's when worlds collide, I guess. Overall thoughts, I thought this season was amazing, but I did think it was a little slow in the beginning, but that's just because they were setting up stuff. That happens. But at the end of the season, I'd say episodes 4 on, beautiful. I really hope that Maze can get a soul soon. I'm sort of thinking it's going to have to do something with Lilith's ring, so we'll see. I hope they announce when the second part of season 5 is coming out. I'm also so excited that Netflix decided to actually renew Lucifer for a 6th and final season. I think that'll be really exciting, especially because I love the direction that Netflix is taking the show in. But while I'm talking about Netflix, I do want to mention that The Society, which had previously been renewed for season 2, just got canceled by Netflix, and it's devastating and unfair and not cool. Now we're not going to know what the smell is. We're not going to see Grizz stage some grand coup d'etat and dethrone the drug dealer and put Allie, reinstate her as president. Okay, we're not going to get to see Grizz and Sam have a reunion, and we're not going to ever get to see Alex and Allie realize they love each other. And it's sad, so a moment of silence for our fallen friend. made Netflix realize they made a mistake. God bless. As always, thank you guys for watching. If you're subscribed to me, it really does mean a lot to me and I appreciate it so much. Feel free to like, comment, share, watch the show if you haven't. Alright, bye, have a good day. Kind of annoying. It's already okay.